Part 3 European Cognitive Synchrony. How Europeans learn to synchronize through thought instead of fear. If Part 2 map the global contrast between fear-based and logic-based synchrony, Part 3 answer the key question: why did Europe uniquely build a civilization where the primary synchronization device is cognition rather than emotion or authority? Not morality, not superiority, not destiny, but a cultural, neurological architecture built on epistemic stability, institutional continuity, linguistic refinement, procedural trust. In Europe, people synchronize not through volume, ritualized assertion, or emotional dominance, but through shared thoughts. Let's trace the three pillars that form the cognitive metronome. French deconstructionism. The French deconstructionism. Synchrony through epistemic refinement. The French linguistic philosophical ecosystem developed a unique device: synchrony through precision. When a French intellectual speaks, the rhythm is define the term, carve the distinctions, trace the contradiction, refine the concept, align perception through clarity. The French synchronized by mutual sharpening categories. This is why ambiguity feels rude, oversimplicity feels violent, contradiction demand analysis, not confrontation. It is a synchrony of shared refinement. Reality is regulated by a collective epistemic discipline. Everyone must understand the same terms for reality to function. This is the French metronome. 2. The British proceduralism. Synchrony through social trust in process. The British never synchronized through emotion nor through hierarchy, despite appearance. Their device is subtler. Synchrony through predictable procedure. The British social rhythm rests on the social as the law as a neutral container, fair play as cognitive glue, cueing as micro-ritual of trust, institutional continuity as emotional regulation. Where the French say, let us agree on the meaning of the concept, the British say, let us agree on the procedure that stabilizes this situation. This creates a synchrony of expected behavior, not expected emotion. Their metronome is ritualized sanity, predictable rules, predictable minds, predictable society. 3. The Danish pragmatism. Synchrony through collective sanity. Denmark perfected the European cognitive style by removing unnecessary verbosity, unnecessary hierarchy, unnecessary emotional turbulence. The Danish model is synchrony through shared sanity and brevity, where France refines concepts and Britain refines procedure. Denmark refines collective emotional load. Key traits: short sentences, low arousal communication, social equality as default, high trust, low defensive signaling, brevity as respect. Danish synchrony is the purest trust-based metronome in Europe. When everyone assumes good faith, the society runs on low metabolic cost. The synchronization device becomes almost invisible. The European cognitive triad synthesis. Together, these three create Europe's signature synchronization structure. French epistemic coherence, realities equal shared definitions. British procedural coherence, reality is shared rules. Danish emotional coherence, realities equal shared sanity. This trio forms the most stable cognitive synchrony architecture humans have built. How fear is low, low fear, low illusion, low ritualized dominance, high trust, high conceptual clarity, high procedural predictability, and most importantly, Europe built a civilization where people regulate reality through thought, not fear. This is not moral superiority. It is a neurobiological achievement built over centuries of linguistic, institutional, and social engineering. Why Part 3 matters for the whole series. Part 3, this part, shows the precise technological core of Europe stability. A society is modern to the extent that its synchronization device is cognitive rather than emotional. Part 4, after this, will contrast with a global south illusion loop, not a moral failure, but as metabolic adaptation to the constant precarity. Part 3 is the spine that lets the next chapter hit hard without disrespect.